победе, потому что если прыгнет Бубка, это вообще всеобщая победа.
Sergei Bubka, the legend of the pole vault.
Sergei Bubka is used to defying gravity. On the eternal wings of his desire to fly, a mantle of Olympic glory is deposited. Bubka takes a run, bend his whole spirit, the same that has already been done with the pole itself. The rest is a matter of the wind and of the story.
I love what I'm doing and what I did. Because first you need to have love and dedicate yourself for sport, for athletics.
Hazar Vasilevich Bubka liked to work the land with his hands. Therefore, he understood that his son, Sergei Bubka, had learned the lesson of hard work since his childhood. It was on December 4, 1963, when the Bubkas welcomed Sergei in a two-room apartment in Lugansk, currently Ukraine. But it was his mother, Valentina Mikhailovna, which had to bear the harsh reality of supporting a family after separating from her husband. It was not an easy situation with the Bubkas. It was never easy. This condition of constant struggle will mark Sergei's character for the years to come.
Я вырос в очень простой семье. У меня мама работала в больнице, мыла полы и убирала за докторами, и готовила одежду, гладила, готовила инструменты для работы. Поэтому никто в моей жизни мне подарков не делал.
His brother Vasily knew it. Since he was little, he saw that the desire of victory defines champions. On the corner of his street in Lugansk, Seryosha, as he was affectionately called, learned the early stages of athletic competition. Not only was he passionate about soccer, Sergei was very skillful at basic gymnastics at an early age, setting the stage for his very balanced and physical performance. Bubka had excelled in many disciplines with the ease of someone who loves competing more than anything else. He also tried tennis and swimming. His athletic ability was distinguished by his speed and strength in his races, but we all know that these disciplines were not the ones that ended up giving glory to Bubka. It was his friend Slava Malakov who spoke with the right words. He painted a world in which he could jump across the Lugansk River without getting wet. Bubka thought about it. He could save the use of bridges and ladders, landing on the roof of a two-story house with no problems. The essence of the pole vault seemed fascinating, and nobody could stop his passion for heights. The Soviet Union frequently produced magnificent athletes. There was a strict order in the training and long-term plans with results that would be accomplished. The prestige of his coaches were known worldwide. For Sergei, the first person who said that he would be a pole vaulter was his first coach, Vitaly Petrov.
Но я очень хотел быть чемпионом. Я все делал, что говорил мне тренер. Я постоянно заставлял себя преодолевать трудности и всегда бороться.
The road, however, was not paved. Sergei's stature did not conform to the standards given by the specialists. They recommended him to change the pole for the soccer ball. The anecdotes related to the heights are not new to the sport. If someone had recommended Michael Jordan to quit basketball because practice was not enough, he never picked his head up off the floor. For Bubka, as in Jordan, it was the mental capacity to take on the challenge of being below standard allowed him to stay in the race.
Поэтому, естественно, всегда нужно тренироваться, всегда очень важно иметь хорошего тренера, который помог бы разобраться спортсмену и помог ему реализовать свои возможности.
He qualified for playoffs to his first major competitive event, the World's Champion in Helsinki in 1983. He was 19 years old and no one took him as a favorite. He did not mind, even though his first two jumps were not enough. In the third, he jumped 5.7 to keep the gold medal, beginning to forge a dramatic late legend, a tribute to the last attempt. Given this great strength, Sergei was able to run with a slightly heavier than recommended for his right pole. As a result, he gets to develop greater recoil force. With his coach, he developed the technical model Petrov Bubka, who has proven to be the most effective of all tested so far. Here's why. The Bubka burst detonated in 1984, imposing the first world record. The public in Brasilstava can ensure his humanity rose above the post, located 5.85 meters from the ground. They began to condense the first notes of the legendary cry of victory that would characterize later. This man, Freshman Tierra Vigneron, was his most memorable nemesis. During the early years of his career, Sergei had to switch him on the podium. They even went together to the same record. The same May 26, 1984, this athletic terrier rebellion will not last for long. Bubka started to break his own records year after year until he was too lonely on the world podium.
World record! Sergei Bubka has just broken Vigneron's world record.
July 13, 1985, Paris. Bubka had avoided committing, although their coaches showed confidence on the record of the Ukrainian will be over 6 meters. It was inevitable that some doubted. Again, the same scenario. Last attempt, Bubka making career and achieved the exact 6 meters to the delight of the audience. This ritual is presented exactly 3 years later on the Olympic Games in Seoul. Sergei Bubka is advanced, usually a record. Work centimeter by centimeter, second by second. Time is expected to pass, candidates in droves, but ultimately the mark is still there. Unbeatable, even for the same hero who prevailed. But Bubka is a machine, the reinvents, laboratory, engineer, muscle tip. No longer had beaten rivals had any but to pursue the challenge himself. Jumping in front of a mirror total over 29 inches from his first record to finally leave it at 6.14 meters and 6.15 meters, outdoors and indoors respectively. The last record was beaten by just 1 centimeter French Renaud Lebolini. The first outdoor even Bubka is part of the legend. He said goodbye to the Olympic tournament in Sydney in 2000. He was already 37 in his story, accumulated 35 broke the world records, several of these beating his previous mark. Some great athletes have also succeeded in other disciplines. Bubka is one of these. He proved his ability to adapt, to assimilate the requirements of the corporate world. Since his retirement from the slopes, for him the game was just beginning. He founded the Sergei Bubka Club in Donetsk to play in other magical feeling of flying that he experienced. They organized traditional international competitions. He was the majority shareholder of the bank Brodovik, one of the largest in Ukraine. He even shared the corporation for some time. This administrative capacity did the world move to the national sports, being president of the Ukrainian Olympic Committee. Also achieved IOC membership, and even he will run for president in 2013. He's currently vice president of the International Federation of Athleticism, an active member of their organization, as seen never lost touch with the sport of high fly. He refuses to stop belonging to the pantheon of super athletes. He refuses to lose his code.
Для Международной Федерации, для ИАФ очень важно популяризировать легкую атлетику на разных континентах и помогает многим вашим спортсменам с вашего континента.
Sergei Bubka, welcome to Cali. I want to be like you because you are my idol.